Hi, this is Casey at Thompson RV in Pendleton, Oregon, and today we're doing a walkthrough for one of our customers that's purchasing from Alaska. So to benefit all of us, we're going to put this on YouTube and we can do a quick overview of the Outdoors RV 24 RLS Titanium. When you purchase a trailer from Thompson RV, we will provide this walkthrough for you, inside and out, through every feature on the coach. Today we're looking at Outdoors RV 24 RLS Titanium. All electric awning wrapped in a LumiGuard. It's a push button awning. You can press the buttons inside the coach to run the awning in and out, or you can use the remote that comes with the trailer to run the awning in and out, the slide out and out, control leveling systems, and the lighting underneath the awning. You can also see our other video that covers that remote system. This unit's equipped with a 10-gallon water heater. It's gas and electric. To choose the electric, we'll flip the electric switch on the inside of the coach. And to run it on gas, we'll flip the gas switch inside of the coach. There is an on and off switch here if we'd like to override that electric heating element switch inside the trailer. And we have an anode rod here with an 1/16" socket. We can use that to drain our hot water heater come winter time, and we'll replace that anode rod every couple years as it gets eaten up by the minerals. We have high limit switches here for the gas and electric side. And then we have a pop-off valve here for pressure relief on top of the water heater, just like we would on a home hot water heater. All of the tires are a 10-ply E-Range Goodyear Endurance tire. Tire pressures have been set to 80 psi and the lugs have all been torqued to 115 pounds. This is a 3/4 inch drive. They've been torqued at the factory and again retorqued again here. And then there's a retorquing process that we'll look at later on. This is a Dexter Quick Lube axle. If we pop this center cap, there's a little rubber cover over the top and a Zerk fitting where we can grease our bearings. Dexter recommends using a lithium No. 2 high temp grease every 12 months or 12,000 miles on the bearings. And down here at the MORryde CRE 3000, we have 2 wet bolts on each shackle, 1 in the center, and then 1 wet bolt behind each tire on the other end of the shackle. MORryde recommends greasing those with lithium No. 2 high temp grease as well every 6 to 10,000 miles. This unit's equipped with the 80-gallon fresh water tank, and that's going to be filled from here. This is the back of the refrigerator. It's on a 1/4 turn. We can pop the panel off there, hit it with the shop vac once a year, keep the spiders from making a house in there, keep it nice and clean. We have 2 speakers on the outside. This is zone 2 on the outside and zone 1 on the inside. You can play them independent or however you like. There's a vent over the top of the stove top. That's on the push button tab where you can open and close that vent there. Back of the furnace, this guy gets hot of course. One side's in, one side's out. And we have 2 110 outlets on the outside of the coach as well. For this particular model on a 30 amp service, this 110 outlet set is tied to the GFI that's in the bathroom. We're pre-wired for 200 watts of portable solar on the outside, so if you decide to get a portable ZAMP solar panel, it comes out about a 12 to 15 foot long whip, throw it out to the south, has a charge controller built on the back of it. You also have the option to do up to 510 watts of solar on the roof that's also pre-wired. And then there's a charge controller that goes up above the bed. Inside here, we've looked at this in a previous video, but we have our auto leveling system, which we can activate from in here or inside the coach, as well as a black on and off switch that's going to control the LED lighting over the top of the battery box in the front, and then a load light on each end of the storage compartment. Outdoors RV is also equipped with the battery disconnect switch up in the front compartment. When the battery disconnect switch is in the off position, it's going to disconnect the batteries from the coach, eliminating the draw from our lights on our stereo, boards on the refrigerator, things like that. When the battery disconnect switch is off, the solar panels will still charge the batteries. A 12-foot long toy lock ratcheting on the outside. Comes with 2 sets of keys for the toy lock if you'd like to lock up a bicycle or a generator or lawn chairs. This particular one has a 4 battery box, quad box Century Plastics here with 6-volt AGM batteries that are tied into the coach. This model is also equipped with the chain saver, where we can put our chains up at the front here and our 7-way, keep it up out of the dirt. We have 2 7-gallon propane tanks They're all filled up and ready to go. And we have an auto changeover regulator here in the middle. This auto changeover regulator is currently drawing off this left-hand tank. So we'll have both the valves open. This is our current supply, and it's green in the window so we know it has fuel. When this one runs empty, it's going to turn red in the window and automatically start running on the other tank. We also have a 90-degree elbow mounted on the right-hand tank here that allows us to run any high-pressure barbecue with the 12-foot long provided LP hose. You could run things like a Camp Chef, a Weber grill, anything that takes the little green bottles. We have a 30-amp power cord on a twist lock. A little blue light on the top lets us know we have 110 power, and at the other end of the cord there's also another blue light. This one that is unmarked is cable for an RV park, and then the one that says DSS is set up for satellite if you had a portable dish network system. We have a load light on the outside, and our black and gray valves are located behind these kayak hatch doors. The valves themselves are inside the underbelly, so they're heated and insulated, and then the handles are on a solid pole rod out here. So when we get to our RV park, if we've been camping for the last few days, we're ready to hook up and dump. We have a sewer hose we provide for you. The connection is down here. We're going to run it out to our dump station. We'll open up our black valve and dump the black tank. Once the black tank is drained, it's gravity fed. Once it's drained out, we can use our old separate hose here. We don't want to use our freshwater one here. We're going to hook up to the Santa Flush, and at the dump site or at the RV park, we can use that water there. We're going to run it over here with our garden hose connection and spray out the black tank. With the black valve open, we'll run the Santa Flush for several minutes. It'll flush out that black tank. Next, we'll release our gray tank and drain the gray tank out. Outside shower, hot and cold, an insulated baggage door. And this connection here is for our city water connection if we go to an RV park, for example. When we run on the city water connection, we want to put a water pressure regulator in between that's going to drop us down to right around 45 to 50 psi. Slide topper over the top of the slide outs. You have a squeeze cap on each end of the bumper, so if you'd like to pull this out, you can store the sewer hose in the end of the bumper. 2-inch receiver at the back of the coach, 250-pound hitch capacity, so if you'd like to put a metal cargo tray at the back, or a bike rack, you have a few different options there. 10-ply Goodyear Endurance tire, just like we have on the rest of the coach, just doesn't have the fancy chrome wheel. And then we have the backup camera at the back, which we'll discuss in another video. We have a large tube ladder at the back here. We recommend getting up and down that a couple times a year. When you're getting up there, you're going to look at the condition of the rubber, and we're also going to be looking at the die-core. That's the stuff that goes around the roof fence and around the edges of the roof. Die-core is made for the rubber roof so that it can expands and contracts with the heat and the cold. When we're up there, we're going to be looking for pinholes, cracks, bubbles, anywhere there's any potential for water to get inside the coach. Die-core comes in a caulking tube. There's self-leveling for the top, and then non-leveling, which we'd use around the top edges to prevent it from rolling over the side of the coach. The rest of the exterior pieces of the coach, we typically use a DAP silicone outdoor, just like you'd use on a home. All right, at the front entrance by the door is kind of the brains of our operation here. So our auto level system, which we've covered in a separate video, is located here. Our extend and retract buttons for our awning. Slide room in and out. On and off switch for our interior lights. And then we have a second switch that controls the LED lighting underneath the awning. A lot of these features can also be used from the hands-free remote, which we can discuss in another video. Water pump switch is a 3-way switch. So we've got a switch here, and we've got a second one located in the bathroom. Gas water heater, electric water heater, and then we've got our battery, fresh tank, and our black tank buttons here to see our tank gauge levels. This unit's equipped with the 12-volt heat pad on the fresh water tank that's mounted into the suction line. Microwave is 110, and that's pretty self-explanatory there. We've got a light over the top of the range hood here and an exhaust fan to go out the back. We have a knife rack here along the back where we can put our large cutlery style knives if we'd like to leave those in there, pointing the blades down while we're traveling down the road. We've got a smooth surface here that allows us to have extra counter space, and then this is going to rotate back. All the burners are sealed, so we're not getting any food or anything dropping down below. We're going to kick it over to light and hit our striker for each of the 3 burners. To light our oven, we're going to select over to pilot on, use our long Bic lighter, stick it in front of the thermocouple here, and press the pilot on to flow the gas here. At that point, we're going to get a little blue pilot flame, and then we're going to set our temperature from there. This unit is also equipped with a Max Air fan. We've got a separate video covering these as well, but this Max Air fan has 10 different fan speeds to draw air in and draw air out. Right now, the temperature is set for 76 degrees. We can adjust the temperature by hitting plus and minus. If I hit auto, once it gets above 76 degrees, the fan is going to automatically turn on. Right now, it's 76 in here. Our fan is on, our lid's open, it's drawing air out at 10% fan speed. If I'd like to bring air in the coach, I'm going to hit the little squiggly button here with the arrows, and that's going to change the direction of the fan and start bringing air inside the trailer. If I want to adjust the fan speed, I'm going to press up and down. And if I just want to open and close the lid, then I can press the lid button here. Our dinette here is going to make down into a bed as well. To do so, we're going to pop the tabletop off of the legs here, and it'll fit down on top of the brackets here on each side. At that point, we'll slide the cushions in, and we've got our second bed in here. The black remote here is going to be the one for our TV. And the small gray remote is going to control our stereo. We have 2 identical sets of keys. The purple keys are going to be for our entry doors, the gray keys for the baggage doors at the front, and then the small silver keys for our toy lock up at the front of the coach on the frame. The TV is on a swing out bracket. It has a rubber travel strap that goes across the front. To remove it from the swing out bracket, there's a little cheater cable underneath here, or we can reach up and pull the bracket. This allows us to swing it out and point it to different directions for sitting inside the coach. And then we also have access to our other HDMI hookups and USB hookups on the back side of the TV here. Our cable hookup and antenna is going to come through this white cable from here. And then the one that's marked auxiliary satellite is going to be the one that's tied to our DSS port that's on the outside of the coach. That DSS and auxiliary satellite port would come in handy if we had, say, Dish Network or a Wally to put inside the coach to watch satellite TV. If you did have a Wally or a Dish Network and we wanted to watch satellite TV, you typically don't want to buy a second one to run in the front room. So we can set our Wally down here on the countertop and run the coax out to this unmarked port here, which is going to run it to that back TV back there. The TV is 12 volt. So you don't have to have 110 power. It's running right off the batteries at the front of the trailer. When we're ready to watch our TV, we're going to tune our booster panel on. That's going to send the power up to the antenna up there on the roof and get our good TV signal. From there, we're going to hit menu, channel, and scroll over to auto scan and find our channels up there. Our stereo here is also our DVD player. So when we're ready to watch a DVD, we can pop our DVD in here. It's going to come up on HDMI 1 on the TV. This is also going to be our CD player, AM, FM, Bluetooth, all going to come through this unit here. So we can play Zone 1 like we are now, which is on the inside of the coach in here. If I want to listen to it out underneath the awning, I can turn on Zone 2, and now it's playing outside of the coach as well as inside the coach. At this point, if we didn't want to listen to it in here and we just want to sit underneath the awning and listen to it outside, we can turn on just Zone 2. So you can play them independent however you like. Zone 1 inside, Zone 2 outside, or together. You also have the option here for Bluetooth. If you're going to sync it with your phone, when you're pairing it with your phone, it's going to ask for a passcode, and it's just 4 zeros. So select all zeros, and that's going to pair it with the stereo. We also have USB, headphone jack, and auxiliary connections here. And then if you'd like to get really fancy, you can play the TV audio through the stereo by hitting the audio video in and changing some features inside the TV there. There's a 12 volt outlet here, similar to a cigarette lighter style down here. And then we also have 2 12 volt USB plugs, which are tied into the batteries at the front of the coach. So if you'd like to charge a phone or an iPad or other device, that can run right here. We have our light switch for the hallway lights here. And then we also have our thermostat. Since this is a titanium model, it has a digital thermostat. This is our menu button. As we cycle through here, right now it's off. And this is the fan, high and low, cool, high and low, and then auto if we'd like to select the temperature for the air conditioner to turn on and off at, or heat for our furnace, which is everything in the floor. Heat is everything down below. Air conditioning and fan is everything up above. All the heat and cooling, all of the fan and air conditioning is ducted through the white ducting, and there's ports up here that we can open and close. And then if we'd like to get more in the main living space, we can open up these grills here on the air conditioning unit itself. It is equipped with a Norcold 8 cubic foot refrigerator. Power button's on, the green light's on, so we know it's up and running. Mode button here is going to allow it to select from auto or to select 110 power or gas. When it's A, that means it's an automatic, and anytime 110 power is available like it is now, it's choosing 110. If 110 power is not available, it's automatically going to switch over to gas and run on the propane tanks. So if we were up in the mountains camping, it's running on the propane tanks. Say we fired up our generator, it's going to switch over to electric. We shut the generator off, it switches back to gas, and it just moves back and forth. Here, if we manually wanted to change it, we can select mode. Now it's just electric, now it's just gas, but we'll leave it in auto and let it switch between the two. This goes up to 5 little snowflakes here to adjust our temperature. Usually somewhere in that 3 to 4 range is about right. Our refrigerator's all cooled down and ready to go, and we've ran it on gas and electric for several hours. We have an LP leak detector that's located down here at the floor. That's hardwired into the batteries at the front of the coach. So if for some reason your battery started getting low, it's going to annoyingly chirp at you like a smoke detector in your house. Inside the bedroom here, down near the floor, is a brown box. This down here is our load center. So everything 110 on the coach is on the breakers, and it's all labeled on the inside here, and everything 12 volt is on the fuses. This model is equipped with the second Max Air fan unit here in the bedroom that operates just like the one in the front room. We have lights underneath of our countertops, or over our countertops here, and then we also have reading lights on each side of the bed, and then a removable black leather plug here for that front windshield. You have two 12 volt USB plugs on each side of the bed if you'd like to charge your phone or a device at night, and there's also two 110 outlets on each side of the bed there as well. We have an additional storage compartment underneath of our bed. It's all framed in, everything's plywood, it's on shocks. And then we also have drawers on each side of the bed as well. This titanium model is equipped with a second TV here in the bedroom. This bedroom, the menu screen on it works just like the one in the front room. It's also on a swing out bracket, and it's pre-wired for the cable and the antenna. And then that port that is on the right hand side up at the ceiling there, that one that is not marked is where our satellite TV would be plumbed from our front room. We have one last spot here, and that's going to be our restroom. Here in the restroom, we have another Max Air fan up at the ceiling. It has 4 different fan speeds and running on the keypad that's here on the wall. To turn this one on, we're going to press the on button. That's going to activate the fan, and then we can select 1, 2, 3, or 4 times to adjust the fan speed. If we want to turn the fan off or open and close the lid, we can do that here. We've got our on and off light switch here for the bathroom lights, and then we also have the pump switch on. This is our second pump switch here in the bathroom, separate from the one in the front. If you're wondering if the pump is on, you can always look for that red light here at this location or up in the front room. This titanium model is equipped with the mirror here in the bathroom that spins out, and you've got multiple magnifications, and then it plugs in to these 110 outlets down here. This GFI in here is the one that controls all of the 110 outlets for the entire coach. So if for some reason you don't have 110 power in the coach, check this GFI outlet and make sure it's not tripped. You also have a red light here indicating. All right, well, thanks for the tour of looking at our 24 RLS Outdoors RV. If you have any questions, feel free to jump on our YouTube site. We have a lot of other videos on there covering things from auto leveling to backup cameras. But feel free to check it out, ThompsonRVinc.com for our website, or on YouTube at Thompson RV Inc. Thanks.